listening to Fresh Out, the world's most dangerous music podcast on the OMG Network and rawcynic.com.
F to the R to the S to the H to the O to the U to the T. That Fresh Out.
What's up?
What's good? This money.
That's right. What was that? What was
that?
Iceberg?
Man,
what was that?
Man.
Get that what? What was Iceberg?
Money, man.
That what, baby?
Let's get it.
Let's get to that money, baby. Let's get all that money.
J. Kim to that hell, man. Where you at, J. Kim? You got that red on, man. You know,
red light special camper.
Red light. There's gonna be a lot of darts thrown.
A lot of darts
tonight.
Reddy Krueger.
Reddy Krueger. There's gonna be a lot of bodies.
If you stay ready, you ain't gotta get ready.
You can't say Candyman. You can't say Candyman in his crib, dog. You know what I'm saying?
There you go.
Absolutely no.
Power Father was good, man.
Meat Hook is waiting on you.
Pause.
Not that meat hook.
Pause, right? Pause.
Yeah, huge pause, bro.
Man.
Yeah. Nah, man, I'm doing good. I'm living good, man. We got like one day of good weather in the Detroit area.
That's kind of up, man.
It's kind of back down to the 30s and 40s, but hey, I'll take that 1 or 2 good days in March, man.
Facts.
I appreciate it. You know what I'm saying?
Facts.
So I'm doing good.
At the end of the day, y'all got Cade Cunningham, man. That's one good thing.
Hey,
I got, man.
Listen, Cade is hooping, man. Don't sleep on my man Cade.
You can see why he's number one. You know, he went number one.
And I'll tell you this, man. About
actually, he didn't go number one. He went number 2. But right? No, number 1.
He went number 1, man. He went number 1. What it is that he's kind of in that Luka realm where, like, if you look at him, he don't really impress you, and he's not really that fast or whatever. And I'm not saying that he's ever gonna be Luka. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying that he's in that space with the way that his game is. You know what I'm saying? Because he just there's when you look at him, you just like But I'm telling you, man, when
he's a hooper, man. Real talk,
man, he just be hooping, and that's how you know. Like, listen, man, if you just a hooper, whether you got that good first step like a Ja Morant, or you can't jump through the building, or you ain't built like LeBron, there's still a chance for you, because if you know how to hoop, man, you just know how to hoop. And I think that's also good, because it felt like for a long time in the NBA, they was just throwing in like athletes, but
number ones were young for a minute.
Yeah. But now you're getting back to like hoopers. Because even if you think about like Icebergs, man, Melo, like he's tall and stuff, but his athletics ain't really like crazy, man. But he just knows how to hoop.
He's an old school hooper, man, with the combat boots on, man, at the Y. You know what I'm saying?
Because he got that dub in him.
Yeah, he got that dub.
So, but I just think, man, hey,
cream of wheat.
We getting back to guys just being like they hoopers, man. Whether they got that athleticism in them or not, man, they just be hooping out here, man.
Absolutely.
So yeah, shouts out to Cade Cunningham, man.
Shout out to Cade,
subscribe to the Fresh Out.
Shout out
man.
to Melo too.
Yeah, man.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Hey,
Melo,
speaking of champions, dog, we gotta say what's up to my man Bebo P, man, representing Circle City all day, man, holding it down, man. Watch your girl around Bebo P, man. Watch your girl, man.
Hold it tight. You know
he was the first mace, dog.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Here we go, man.
He was the first mace.
Chilling.
I believe that.
Look, I'm just chilling with a whole bunch of bays right here.
Hey, man, hey, that's how they do it, man. You know what I'm saying?
Bebo P be knocking them Jamaicans.
Yeah, man.
Stop the bumble clot. Stop the blood clot.
All day.
Stop the blood clot and cop your gear. And if you haven't, cop your gear, hit the subscribe button or the like button.
Hit that subscribe, man. You know how we do, man. And if you like what we do, man, hit the Cash App again. We on all social media, Fresh Out Show. You know how it goes down.
Come
on, man.
Holding it down.
rawcynic.com. You know how we do.
Yeah,
you know hit that Cash App, Fresh Out Show. If you loving what my guys are doing, man. This is an off night, man, but it's an on night. We got a great show for y'all tonight.
You know,
hold it down. And just to help y'all out, man, this is what we doing, man. We putting a little thing, little menu at the top.
Right. Okay, I see the new graphics.
You know what I'm saying? We coming with the graphics.
I see the new graphics.
You know what I'm saying? Joe Buns want to hate. Joe Buns want to take our swag. You know what I'm saying? Well, we coming a little harder, man. They gave A-Ball MJG.
That's right, baby.
Get like us.
They don't have a J Camp. They don't have a Bebo P. They
soon.
don't have that Power Father. You know what I'm saying?
Not at all.
Iceberg
Not
gonna get
even
real
a
icy
second.
on y'all.
Man.
We gotta get icy, man. So we gotta start with that Trev, dog.
Oh, and it glows
LB's
yellow,
favorite
too.
guy. You know what I'm saying? Trevor Noah, man.
Looking like a ball brother.
He do look like a ball brother here, bro. He like a ball brother that didn't make it to the league. You know what I'm saying? like that one Manning brother, the one that didn't make it.
Yeah, he been in the
I think he's the
commercials.
oldest one too. I think he's the first
Yeah.
Manning, if I'm not mistaken.
But man, Trevor's over here, like, man, he's hosting the Grammys, so we're gonna get into that second. But he had to come in and kind of player hate, man, on Kanye West with Kim Kardashian, and he said that he actually went on his show and recalled the day that his stepfather shot his mama to explain the dangers of what Kanye West is doing on social media, man.
Mm-hmm.
I gotta start with the pop fucker. This is your guy, man. You know what I'm saying?
This is my guy. This is my guy.
That's your guy.
Yeah.
Do you agree with the rhetoric that he was saying? He was basically saying that, when Eminem was talking about his wife, man, that was just silly. But what Kanye's doing with Claymation, this is serious.
Here's the thing, man. He's got that all the way like twisted, right? The whole like comparison between like Kanye and Eminem. I didn't get to digest all of what he was saying in this one. But here's the piece that is valid though, right? Because he is making some very valid points. And then I think the other thing is that we talked about this last episode about being having empathy and being empathetic to a person and what they're going on. We have to be empathetic to Trevor Noah and his situation, right? Because he has a very specific experience, an experience that happened with his mom and abuse and things like that. So this hits very close to home and it's very personal to him. And what he is talking about is very important, right? Which is that people that act a lot of times like how Kanye is acting and the things that he is doing is very troublesome and it is very problematic. So let's be very clear here that Kanye is being very problematic and very troublesome. Okay. And that is the point that we need to drive home. Now, this comparison to Eminem and all of that, that's just like way out in left field, bro.
He's capping?
Nah, that's that. Yeah, he's major cap on this one, right? Because Eminem had whole verses talking about how he would kill this person and put them in the backyard and do all kind of crazy stuff. Like Eminem had 4, 5, 6, 7 songs just talking about like basically dismantling a whole bunch of people and family members and stuff like that, right? Kanye hasn't gotten into that space. He does have this one song, and this Claymation is out of line. Now, the other thing that we have to consider in all of this, though, is the Kardashian factor, and I think a lot of people try to take what Kanye's doing and put it in a bubble and remove it from the whole Kardashian machine, right? And if you remove what Kanye is doing from the Kardashian machine, then yes, everything that he is doing is abusive, is nasty, and he needs to reel it in some. I'm all for talking crazy, but and also like protecting your kids and making sure your kids is good, because that's a lot of that's the other piece that I think kind of gets missed with Kanye and things like that. So so when you think about this only in the bubble of Kanye's actions, he is a bad actor. He is on that abusive train, and this is a lot of the actions that eventual abusers end up doing and end up being. Okay, right now it's in a certain space, but when you throw in that Kardashian machine, I understand why he's in that space, because that Kardashian machine is crazy, and if you don't go on the offense to help your defense against that Kardashian machine, bro, like that is where I think you have to take this story holistically. Now, getting back to Trevor Noah, he's 100% right though about a lot of this abuses and stuff, and he has a very personal situation about this. So I think we definitely have to respect Trevor Noah and his particular situation that he went through and what was going on. I just think the biggest thing he should have did was just left out that Eminem piece. If he would have left out this Eminem piece, it would have been a lot easier to support him and what he was saying and the message that he was delivering. But let's be clear, the message that he's delivering is still legit, which is that this is like the starter pack to being an abusive person. Now, I'm not saying that that's who Kanye is or where he's gonna go or what he's gonna be or anything like that, but you know what I'm saying, it's just like no different than, you know, when we see, you know, some of these guys out here, they got the starter pack to being a terrorist, right?
True.
Kanye's just got, he's in his starter pack bag. He got the starter pack to being an abuser, and he's gotta watch that line, man.
He got the R. Kelly Bill Cosby starter kit, right?
Yeah, man. He got the starter kit.
He broke out the starter kit on him, man.
He got the starter kit.
Open it up. Let's go.
We got the Fisher Price toolbox. Is that what you're saying?
Hold on. Because I gotta get some of that Kim little bag on this next topic, because we're gonna go into that shmammies. I gotta start with my other family man joint, Jay Camp. Obviously, like, you know, L went in, you know. L's a power father. Not only that, you know, he's the new he's the new Cliff Huxtable in Detroit. You know what I'm saying? But we got to get your side of it, Jay Camp. Do you agree with LB on this?
Nah, I do, man. I mean, you know, I take it a step further, because at first I didn't agree with LB, but he kind of sold me on some of his points. So that's why
that's why you come to Fresh Out.
I'm saluting L, because I was probably gonna go in the Bebo rant. I know Bebo just don't like Negroes at times. You know what I'm saying? He's anti-Negro when it comes to a lot of this. But what I wish Trevor would have done, and I just kind of go the solution route, because LB just went in. I feel like, man, Trevor's got a big blowtorch. He should have sat down with Kanye, because I do feel the truth is in the middle. To where Noah could have been like, you know, just kind of hear like what LB saying, like that Kardashian hex, that cloud, that mist is crazy, bro. It's zombies and came out that mist. You know, I don't know if y'all seen the movie The Mist, but that's what I feel like that Kardashian cloud is like. It's like evil lurks in that cloud. You got to look at the bodies they got.
Is that witch COVID?
You know what I'm saying? They pretty girls, but they got a lot of bodies buried.
A lot of bodies.
And that vajayjay be burying cats. But I feel like Jay and Noah should have you know what I mean? I feel like they should have sat down, man, because this is big. Because I feel where Trevor Noah's coming from. When you experience that firsthand as a kid, man, that's
it
tough.
Shapes your whole life, man. It shapes your whole life.
That's tough. And I feel,
but this thing, can you compare a stepfather shooting your mother to your real father doing like silly stuff online?
No, you can't. And that's what I was about to say. That's where it went too far. I feel like he could have presented his case better. I feel like Trevor's coming from a good place. I don't think he wants to cancel Kanye per se.
Right.
But I think there's an opportunity for both sides to kind of come together and really advocate for a lot of what Trevor is talking about.
And let's be clear, Trevor, when Kanye got banned, and we're gonna talk about it, Trevor spoke up for him when he got banned. He was like, "Hey, he shouldn't get banned. He shouldn't get canceled. He just needs somebody to chop it up with him."
Okay,
he said the same thing you saying, J. Kemp.
And then he just got to practice what he preached, man. Like I said, that blowtorch is huge, man. There's a lot of Kanye haters that listen to Trevor Noah.
Oh yeah,
you know, he's on that side of the fence. So I feel like that's an opportunity for both to kind of like, because Kanye is showing like a real human emotional side when it comes to his kids, and again dealing with that mist. You know what I'm saying? Because it's evil in there, man, and that'll drive him. They might drive some people in that direction that he's going in, and I think
it'll drive you crazy.
He feels like them Kardashians are trying to cancel him as a father too. And that's effed up. That's why I ride with Kanye on that. And I just feel like Trevor went too far. Like L said, with the Eminem reference. That's when I can't ride with you on that fact. Not saying that he's wrong, just saying he was not eloquent enough in trying to get his diatribe out there to where people could understand where he's coming from. I know he's emotional, like it had a lot of emotion attached to it. You can tell because he went through that. So I just feel like they should have sat down. Like real talk.
100% true. Agrees with you, J. Kim, all the way. Facts. You know what I'm saying? All day.
Yeah, man. Yeah.
Bebo, man, go ahead and put the coup for him, my G.
You gonna put that coup for
It's all good.
I figured he was. I was like, I know Bebo P got it ready.
Man, you guys said some great jewels, man. I mean, I gotta really take the torch from J. Camp and just agree with most of what he said. I mean, Trevor is capped like Steve Rogers here, though. That's just he's so capped. You gotta.
I knew the Koofy would go barely on. I knew it would just. It's on a hair string.
It's just lightly on, like Nori, like how Nori do, just like that.
Yeah.
How about
You got the
Devon?
T.I.
Like what's going
T.I.
down?
Koofy. You got the T.I.
The T.I. Koofy. Yeah,
was good, bro.
Now, Bebo P, do you agree with Devon saying Kanye is worse because he weaponized his audience? Yeesh.
That's strong.
I mean, peace to Devon. I don't know if I'd say Ye is worse. That's an interesting statement because he does have a tendency to go to extremes when it comes to whatever he's thinking or wanting to exercise or whatever for marketing purposes of an album release or just something else all entirely. But I feel like Trevor Noah, he has a tendency to be capped about a lot of things. So he's like the polite, intelligent guy that will say some things that is true by way of technicality. But some of the things that he mentioned, such as, the Eminem reference, the criticism of Kim Kardashian and the Kardashians, period. He'll like make a quick mention of that, but then brush it to the side in order to emphasize
the point he's trying to drive.
Yeah, I agree with that. I agree.
It's not like I'm saying, hey, yay, I'm team all the way, yay, or anything like that. I'm just saying, because he does. I think Ye does need to fall back on some things. He really does before.
I say too, Bebo,
but I do feel like Trevor could have communicated this differently, and I do agree with J. Camp wholeheartedly that instead of just citing something off the cuff, which sounds like a narrative lean, that you could have at least had a conversation with the man directly. And, it doesn't seem like he has an audience there interpersonally or whatever. So, a Zoom call or however you do it, split screen or whatnot, at least something like that to where you can at least.
And he's right. You're right. And so is Devon. Like, remember Lil Buddy ran down on the Hewley dude.
And like I said, I don't condone definitely don't condone 100% of what Ye's doing. I definitely don't condone that. I'm just saying there's that I'm not gonna go on this demonize Ye West and praise Kim K and Trevor Noah is just.
I was just gonna say that 100% true. Like culturally in South Africa, like they speak different types of truths. They go for that hurt feeling sometimes. So that's why I was like, sometimes you gotta realize you on that land of the free, Trevor. Like you can't, you know what I'm saying? You can't
there's some things about South Africa he refuses to acknowledge, which is his birthplace country, but we don't necessarily have to go into that.
There you go.
We ain't gotta go into that, but I just know culturally where
hold on, let me tilt the lean up.
Go ahead, bro.
But here's the thing.
Hey, Devon said it. Devon said, hey, he said something. I'll just
okay.
Okay. But, yeah, like El said. Okay, Devon. Okay.
But here's the thing, man.
He said something. All right.
Here is the thing. I think the dynamics of this conversation would be very much different if it was not a Kardashian that was in this conversation.
Facts, 100%.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah, I agree.
Like we would be adjusting the barometer of how we're talking about it and what's going on if it wasn't the Kardashians and the Kardashian machine.
Right, right. And I thought you mentioning that Kardashian clan machine is very vital. It's very important because they have most all of the media, entertainment media in the palm of their hands. That is a very important highlight.
And that's a huge aspect that I think a lot of people leave out of this conversation is they leave out that Kardashian machine, man. It's wild.
So this is the thing. Let me start with Jay Camp. So now, because of that Trevor joint and then Instagram banning Kanye for 48, 24 hours, now the Grammy said, hey, you banned, you can't perform. You can come, pause, to the Grammy, but you cannot perform. Was that justified, Jay Kemp? Then let's go into Bebo, then Power 5.
All right. Yeah, and this is where I feel like the whole sit down would have helped the whole situation. Because, I mean, to me, there's no need to go this far with the cancellation. Like, you don't have to remove this man from performing. Like, it's not. Again, now that the Kardashians got their little secret sources who always run stuff to the press, and they print it. We knew this was coming. We seen it, and I wish the Eminem reference, man, it hurt me. Like, it's almost like when somebody got you, like a preacher, like you preaching, but you might reference that one gospel and try to pin it on the reason why somebody acts the way they do. Is like, nah, bro, you going too far right there. I ain't with that one. You know what I'm saying? Everybody got that one pause when they go on that long diatribe. Like, you mentioned Eminem, bro. I'm good. Now we off our.
Shout out to our guy Hip Hop VCR, man, holding it down. Which he's right. We need to make our own Grammys, man. The Grammys been acting the fool, man. But what's your thoughts on making the own Grammys, Jay Camp, real quick?
Oh, we definitely need to do that. I mean, look who they. When Kendrick didn't win that Grammy for Good Kid, Mad City,
man.
but we know the Grammy's been trash for a long time. But I mean, I think that sealed it though. When Kendrick didn't win that Grammy for me,
man. It's
time won that Grammy, man? Who and I ain't talking about Soul Train Awards or BET. Those ain't real awards either. Those are basically like the Grammys. I mean, if we being honest, like when Meg and people like Cardi start sweeping awards, like. We got to get our own Grammys, like Hip Hop VCR said, basically.
Yeah, right.
Bebo P, what you thinking, man, on the whole Kanye getting basically banned by the Grammys because you said something online?
Well, I feel like this is almost like a second step, with the first being what was mentioned before, the 24-hour IG ban. And it might not seem like much on the front end of things because don't really care much about not only the Grammys, but award shows, period. But I think that going to L's point, Ye does need to just really cool off from expressing himself in some of the quote unquote unappealing ways that he has been. Because, and again, mentioning that Kardashian machine, them and the folks he's been speaking out against that have leverage in the industry and just period, they will continue to take things up more notches. And before you know it, you're not going to. If he's not careful, no more endorsement deals, no more future business deals to grow financial wealth even more. No more senior kids, and if so, is going to be way more restrictions than what you're seeing now.
They're going to justify them going for full custody.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Yes,
absolutely. I mean, case in point, right there. And if God forbid, if there's an unfortunate circumstance of major proportion where Ye's the direct blame, like how most Black American men get blamed for. And before you know it, his career and his life could be just either ruined or in complete turmoil that he might not be able to reverse. I'm not trying to put that on the man, but I think we're all trying to say is, hey, you just got to be careful here. Yeah, he needs to be very careful. But front end, not a big deal. Thinking more three-dimensional. It's like, okay, slap on the wrist with the 24-hour ban. Harder slap on the wrist, Grammys. Even harder Let's get rid of that Adidas deal or whatever,
Get
whatever.
Get rid of that game. And then also, let's be clear, they already started petitioning to get rid of him at Lollapalooza, right?
Right.
Well,
probably.
So hey, that's another bag right there, man.
But my thing is too, we've seen cats with worse behavior.
Yeah.
Who've been able to perform.
Man. Yeah.
I think that to me, that's what the hypocrisy comes in at.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Of course. And we know that, man. They treat us differently all the time.
Podfather go in, man.
If you can have a video of the devil and still perform at the Grammys, then
man. If you can be removing rib cages and
what is we doing, bro?
Man, just like, come on. Yeah, let's get it up out of here. But here's the thing, man. Let's just start off with saying the Grammys is trash, man. Let's just go ahead and put it out there right now. You get more heat from the Fresh Out Awards than you do from the daggone Grammys, okay? So we're going to start there with the Grammys. It ain't nothing. And I think Dame Dash even came out today and said that, Kanye don't really care about this. And I think he was even a proponent of like, we need to have our own Grammys. And even to my man Devon's point, like, hey, it's hard to pull that off because there's so much corporate cash involved with it and stuff. And so we knew this was coming for Kanye. And but to Jay Camp's point, man, we know there's way worse actors than him that still got to perform at the Grammys and do other things like that, man. This is kind of like the NFL. You know what I'm saying? You can slap a woman up in the NFL. You can beat your kids in the NFL. You know what I'm saying? But oh no, man, don't sit on the knee for the flag, man. You got to get up out of here. But go ahead, slap whoever you want, and you can stay in the NFL. You know what I'm saying? It's the same thing with the Grammys, man. And we seeing it day in and day out. But Kanye, he need to cool it, man. Listen, we all know you have those feelings and those thoughts, but as a lot of wise people say, man, you don't need to put all of that to social media. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes you just need to hit the group chat and be like, hey, man, I'm pissed.
Holler at your homies.
Yeah, holler at your homies, man. Right. Hit the group chat.
Well, and listen, let's be clear. Chat. If you haven't went to Hip Hop VCR, he put up a video this week of Kanye and his mom and how Kanye was basically doing music off of like he can see music, like he was holding up a painting, was like cat, like look at that on Hip Hop VCR's page. But man, the dude is talented. I think he's amazing. But somebody needs to take his BlackBerry, his iPhone, whatever he has, and say, look, man, you need to go like dark 30, man, for a little bit and just cool out for a little bit.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Because that's the thing. Like I said, man, everybody is having these kind of feelings when they go through these types of things. You just don't need to blast it out there to social media. Now, but I'm with Dame though, man. Like we got to create our own things, create our own money, create our own culture. Because we drive the Grammys. You know what I'm saying? Like Grammys ain't nothing without all of us out of there. You know what I'm saying? It's like taking all the black people out the NBA, man. What you got? You got a bunch of scrubs. Okay,
Luca.
So, you go. What you gonna do? Watch Luca all day? You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't want to hear, man. We drive so much of this stuff. Like, it really is on us. It's just we got to start building the capital to start building some of these institutions on our own. And I think we will get there. I think we're starting to see a lot of the foundations being laid for a lot of these things. I just think we're not going to see the fruit from this tree for decades to come. You know what I'm saying? So it's gonna be there, but man, we ain't worried about the Grammys, man. Grammys ain't nothing. Get them out of here.
Speaking of getting them out of here, man, Drake out of here. No, shout out to Jay. This is Jay Camp's guy, and this is LB's guy, man. Pusha T. And let's be clear, man. He has bars, man. This is bars all day long. Yes. And let's be clear, if you didn't know that ba 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 ba, I'm loving it. That was Pusha T.
Sure was.
And he said they didn't pay him right. So it just makes sense for this dude to make a diss record for Arby's. And the commercial is gangster. I loved it, man. I had to put on the group chat. Jay Camp agreed with me, so you know it's official. Jay Camp, what do you think about the diss, man? And Pusha T coming back at McDonald's and Ronald McDonald and basically bodied him.
Bro, like when you sent that, I was not expecting for this to be like a diss track. You know what I'm saying? I thought it was going to be like more Fisher Price, my first keyboard, my first microphone type diss. Nah, bro, he went in. This is like it's like he went in on another rapper. I'm like, man, like what Ronald McDonald got to do with this? I've never heard anybody break down the filet of fish like
square with the
did.
cheese on top.
Bro. He's like, how you gonna buy a fish from a dude with a red wig and I was like, fam was going in on
made
you. Like,
think about buying that filet though. And this is the thing, Bebo's favorite sandwich.
But you know what's crazy too, man?
It hurt Bebo to the core.
But you know what's crazy too, though, guys, is that I had people at my job on a Zoom the other day talking about this. Like people who don't even like listen to rap music was talking about how great that was. And even more people was going out copping Arby's though. Arby's
almost had me. They almost had me, bro. And they right by the crib too.
He was talking about the Arby's chicken sandwich, which actually is pretty good. Pretty good. I'm not a fast food guy, but I mean, I've had it Arby's chicken joint before, though.
You went and stuck over there.
Like he had people who don't even jam hip hop like that.
Hey man, whoever thought about that, give that man a raise. Mama, give that man a raise, like Mark Jackson.
Got the meat.
Like, let's get one of the most fearless battle rappers out there. Well, I want to call Pusha T a battle rapper, but we know he's fearless when he battles.
Yeah,
like he don't care. He's pulling back the entire onion on you.
Bebo, that's your sandwich, man. He went in on you, man. I need to know what's good.
Nah.
You know how you feeling right now.
He went in on your boy, rolling more perp than Grimace going down a hill or something. Nah, but that new video commercial, man, that Push performed for Arby's Fish, that's pretty dope, man.
Yeah,
the beat's hard.
The beat too. That's what's crazy. Like
that beat was crazy.
Yeah. Nah, it's hard to deny, man.
But whoever did the video work was crazy too.
Video work was crazy. I was just about to say the visuals was crispy, and he was forced to deliver nice lyrics like he always does, but with no drug references because he had to. But you know what I'm saying? It was just dope to hear that.
Well, he almost did that sell water to a well.
Sell water to a well. He did throw that one in there.
You know, he had his itching. You know, he was itching, right?
But how amazing is that for him to say to do the verse or do the "I'm loving it" jingle and then come back and diss him with the R? That's masterful.
It is masterful. Yeah,
this is next level stuff, man. This is just like top notch,
to win,
bro. Hey,
McDonald's got to respond, LB.
They didn't get Drake.
Oh, come on! I thought you was a Hamburglar fan, L.
Hey, bro, how are they gonna respond? Who they gonna get?
Drake.
They gonna get Cardi B? Who else got to deal with McDonald's? They gonna get Lotto?
They gonna get LL Cool J.
No, now fellas, let's be realistic here. Sweetie is on the docket, so I'm just saying.
Sweetie Nuggets and Sweetie
Iceberg's favorite rapper. Just saying.
I mean, you can get bucket naked. That's about it.
Bro, listen, man. He absolutely dismantled McDonald's.
He did what?
He dismantled them. Absolutely dismantled them, bro. Like, I mean, just even his opening line, he was like, what did he say? He was like, I literally started this. Like, I'm the reason you even like McDonald's currently. He said, I'm the reason the whole world
bodied.
Like, and then he just goes into the rest. Man, listen, the beat was cold. They killed the beat. We know that he's been working with Arby's for a while, and honestly, almost all the Arby's commercials are the ones that I check for. Like, I see other commercials, but the Arby's commercials are the ones that like stand out to me. Now, I'm not necessarily saying that I'm going to Arby's day in and day out.
On there, pause. Talking about we got the meat, pause.
We have the meat.
But hey, man, listen though, I tell you this much, I was like, hey, you know what? I kind of want some curly fries after hitting this joint, bro.
You had that itch. Man, you had that itch. You know the old logo or the old motto, if y'all remember. I used to have this yellow trash can way back in the days, and it was from Arby's, and I want to say the motto back then was "Where's the beef?" Well, that man proved who's got the beef.
Hey,
bro.
I love but here's the most important thing about all of this is that was extremely hip hop. It was very hip hop. And that is why this landed, because it wasn't, you can tell that he told whoever was marketing for Arby's, go home. y'all go home. I'm handling this. We gonna do it the hip hop way. Whereas all these other commercials, you could tell that like it was like a commercial by committee. I can't say that. We need something a little lighter.
Yeah, it wasn't
make it a little bit more
chicks,
poppy. Yeah,
no
like
half naked women popping ass on the video. I mean, on the commercial, like it wasn't nothing like that. It was all
very hip hop, bro, and all that other stuff that the rest of these rappers are participating in. It looks exactly like that. It looks like rapper by committee. This was rap by Pusha T.
Let's be clear. He did say one drug reference, which was our fish is going to tip the scale. You know,
yeah, he did say that.
Okay.
Drowned in tartar, the filet of fish is tasteless. See, Arby's the only deal in greatness. Like, come on, like, dude was nice, man, on the joke.
Hey, listen. If he was in a rap battle and he delivered this verse, hey, I would still say whoever he delivered this verse on would get killed, even if it wasn't about the person.
Hey, man, if McDonald's ain't on the phone right now calling Drizzy, dog, or at least Lil Wayne, you know what I'm saying? I get Weezy on the joint.
Is the only chance, man. That's the only chance, man. You bring
Yvonne is right. 8 million worth of exposure, man, was crazy, dog.
You bring up any of these other scrubs to try to back you up, it ain't gonna work, man.
Hey, hip hop VCR is right. Pusha couldn't help but put that bar in there.
Yeah, that's true.
He couldn't help it.
I love it.
Hey man, I'll definitely cop some curly fries though. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, they got me talking about it for sure.
Yeah. Hey man, great advertising. And now we got to talk about Bebo P's favorite rapper, Meg the Capper. You know what I'm saying? We got to talk about the Capper, dog.
Thee Stallion.
Oh, so that's your favorite. Okay. There it is. Yeah.
Well, first of all, let's be clear. Everybody on here is a rapper. Let's be clear. Everybody in here understands music, bars, albums.
All day.
So obviously she's been trying to get on Rock Nation. Rock Nation just don't want to pay her the money to get off the label. They're like, yo, just throw a mixtape out there, man, and then you'll complete your contract. Obviously, that a little EP, a little album that you put on Spotify with a couple old records, it's not. They now, this is not an album that we can promote and make our money back on. You got to give us the real deal. You know what I'm saying? You can't. And actually, Nas had this same issue with the lost tapes. And I know. Hip hop VCR is gonna come through on some dope with that, but Nas tried to do that same thing with Columbia when he was trying to get on Def Jam. You know what I'm saying? And they was like, "Nah, bro, you can't give us no lost tapes and think that's an album, bro. Stop capping. You can't do that, bull."
He did try to pull it on him though.
So what Def Jam and Columbia did is they did the collabo. Release, you know what I'm saying? Because remember Columbia, he got upset because they fumbled the bag with that double CD. You know what I'm saying? With that Disciple joint. I'm gonna start with Bebo P this time, man. Like, what's your thoughts on this whole situation with Meg, and then how can they basically kind of like resolve it, without going personal? Because they went personal. They took the jabs off. You know what I'm saying? Carl was going in, and I ain't mad at them neither.
Yeah.
Well, none of us really knows the terms of the deal, of course, past and present, like in grand detail, from the outside side looking in, I should say. But I could see how it could be beneficial, or might be beneficial for what's the label name, 1501, to allow Rock Nation to buy Meg Thee Stallion out of her former deal with Carl Crawford. I can't see that. Now, comparing the legal power of 1501's to Rock Nation's behemoth might end up costing Carl more than he and his business partners desire in keeping her. So at the same time, maybe, if the price is right, I could see 1501 benefiting off of letting her go to Rock Nation. Now, at the same time, let me get the flip side real quick. What I'm thinking. At the same time, I think that Meg better light up the streets again in 2022 on this Hot Girl or whatever.
Are she gonna get another Beyonce feature for free?
Well, I don't think so. If I were to be the guesser, I don't think so. Because I think now that, again, the weather's warming up but here's the thing. She's allegedly got Nicki Minaj and Cardi B allegedly or hinting at dropping music soon. That's competition to for her to spearhead another Hot Girl Summer. And I'm not so sure that with all the platinum and gold records that she successfully charted, I'm not so sure that they paid out enough of a profit for Rock Nation to see her as a high enough asset or not. if we're looking at things from a long-term perspective. And I say that real quick because from what it seems like they put out more money to push her or propagate her out there than what she's bringing in. So it's not like she's not bringing in a profit to the company and for herself, of course. I just think that they're not getting a big enough return from what it seems. I could be a little bit off, but
yeah, because we don't know the books. But I
got a 10-point. I got a Koofy question here in a minute when y'all get
okay, but no, that's pretty much it. So it's really like this big question mark because I can see both ends of that spectrum taking place. Is all I'm trying to say. But those are my thoughts.
Yeah.
Bebo going real quick. I mean, Power Father going real quick.
Hey man, listen, man.
First of all, do you agree with the album versus mixtape thing?
Oh man, hey, we'll have to do a whole nother episode on that because we really would need to talk about albums, mixtapes, albums, like all of that stuff. But here's the details, that I will get into, which is that she needs a better lawyer, or Rock Nation needs to get her a better lawyer because they now countersuing back, right? And then what's very clear is I think one of the stipulations was it needed to be at least 45 minutes, right? And I think the recording was like 45 minutes and 4 seconds. Like, so this was clearly an attempt.
It was the Janet Jackson marriage. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. It was clearly an attempt to make it seem like that was an album. And then one of the other things they pointed out was that there's all these sections where she's just talking on these tracks or whatever. And it's not really anything. She basically just, like you said, took all these old tracks. They probably came up to 30 minutes because that's how new artists work. They only make 2-minute songs these days, right? And then she was like, okay, I need 15 minutes and 4 seconds of talking so that I can get across the threshold to make this be called an album. Well, basically, they just called her out and said, hey, that there's additional stipulations. And one of the additional stipulations is it needs to be approved by 1501. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know, like I said, to Bebo P's point, we don't know all the details of the contract and everything, but I've read enough contracts in my day to know that it's pretty much boilerplate language to say that it has to be a certain amount of time. Back in the day, they used to say it had to be a certain number of tracks. I don't know if they do that as much anymore, but they definitely still put that time stipulation in there. And then the other one is that it has to be approved by the person that you signed with. That's boilerplate record contract stuff.
Drop a bomb there.
That's nothing surprising that any record company in any place that just said record contract and put it into Google, they probably get a record contract that says it's got to be this amount of time and it's got to be approved because it's boilerplate stuff. And I think she tried to pull a quick one, thought she was going to get over on it, but she probably should have got a little bit better lawyer. Rock Nation should have got a little bit better lawyer, because if they would have, then they would have known and they would have said, I see what you're doing, but we got to take a few more steps to make sure that this qualifies. You know what I'm saying? And so, when I look at it, you still owe them my album, because if I look at that,
I agree.
That's a bunch of trash. It's not an album. My man did sign you. He did get you on the bubble. He got you blowing up and everything. I'm not saying that you owe him everything under the sun, but they do deserve proper compensation for taking you to a certain place.
Facts, Devon.
Okay. I have no
better
idea.
Be careful, like I was saying to Devon's point. But I think she has the high probability to be, but she still better be careful.
It's a very high probability, but I mean, hey, it ain't guaranteed in this environment of what have you done for me lately, right?
Right.
And if you would have asked all of us if Lil' Kim was going to be around in 2015 and still putting out like crazy bangers, we would have told you, hell yeah, like there wasn't no chance that she wasn't. But we now know that ain't necessarily the case. So, and to me, Kim possesses way more talent than what's sitting in front of me right here. So,
by
she's
far
gonna be doing it in a couple years. You know what I'm saying? So, hey, listen, y'all owe this man some amount of cash. I don't know what that number is. He probably has a number in mind. And Rock Nation, to Bebo P's point, they could just pay it. They could
okay,
just
hold
say,
on.
Hey.
I got a 10 for you for that question right there. Hold that. J. Kemp, what you think? What Pop Father said? Do you agree with a mixtape versus the album? And does she still owe Carl?
Kofi time, Camp.
No, I think she definitely still owe Carl. Like we know it walks like a duck and quacks like one. I mean, bro, that's not an album. Like,
nah.
That's not like she didn't even.
Carl's
attempt.
no idiot, man.
Like,
What do you do?
And he's got Jay Prince. Jay Prince is not going to allow this to happen.
But he did 15 years in the MLB, right?
Yeah,
he knows contracts, bro.
He knows it, bro. And this thing, they got talent, man. They got another Megan Thee Stallion right now. That little Erica Kane, that bust it. Is you buggy? So they already got another one in the works.
Yeah, they got another one in the chamber.
That's an absolute fact. So
my thing is, Meg. Oh my bad, J.
I was just gonna try to say like she tried to countersue Carl like he's Pebbles. He did not Pebbles you like at all. Like really, you kind of where you are because of Carl's work, 1501's work. So
facts.
I think this can all be done diplomatically.
So this thing, J. Kemp, could they do the same thing that they did for Nas and do a collabo album like a Rock Nation and 1501 album together? Then she's out.
They can, but you know, Hov ain't putting his imprint on 1501. You know, she's not sharing that spotlight, fam. He ain't.
And along with that,
because to me, that's still basically like him writing a check for Meg that he don't want to do. If he does the joint,
has she burned too though? That's what I'm curious.
How many cocks that she? Oh, sorry.
Stop right now.
Okay, the other thing too is the other question I got, Bebo. The other question I got. Come on back, brother.
Hold on. Let me come back the right way. Okay.
So this is the thing. So most people will say J. Kemp, Pop Father, Bebo P. Most people will say, you know what? We don't, man. Y'all little goofy label. You know how much y'all want, and then just give them the dough that they want, right? Like LB said, I guarantee you the number's not that high for Megan. But do you think? Let's be clear. Jay-Z's a smart dude. Do you think he's waiting for the verdict of that trial? Because if they prove that little buddy didn't shoot her, a lot of people gonna say she's a capper. So do you think Rock and them is waiting for that verdict?
That's a ride the wave off it too.
Because if they say that little buddy didn't shoot her, and she lied, boom, 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 boom. Yeah. What y'all thinking?
I think that is first off, you just took the tinfoil Kofi right there without anybody mentioning that. But that's a great analysis and drop a bomb for that talking point right there. That is a possibility because
iceberg.
Yeah, because so much iceberg slim. But Jay is the type of person who moves in silence. So he's not going to announce his moves, whether he's excited about something much or the opposite. And I think that is a great analysis to where, we know the business acumen of Jay, like it or not. So if she's going to end up positioning herself as a liability to contingent upon how this verdict ends up, how things pan out and per the investigation, I mean. Yeah, I could see Jay like silently making maneuvers to make sure that her opportunities start to do this more so than what
I go back to what Devon said too. They have her on every commercial, every makeup thing you can think of. Do you think they maxed her out already? And they like, yo, let's just get rid of her, man. You know what I'm saying? She could be
that's what I was saying.
OJ Mayo in Bull. She's not LeBron. She's OJ Mayo.
That's what I was saying in the beginning.
You was nice in high school, but when you went to the league, dude,
she said she's Harold Miner, bro.
She's Harold Miner.
OJ Mayo for sure.
She's OJ Mayo, dog. You definitely not Ja Morant. You're not Ja.
Well, that's why I said what I said before about like the fact that she's bringing in a return, but maybe not as high as what they're putting in terms
or
of
she brought it in and they maxed her out. Like, hey, if they find out that
they
she capped about if she capped about that shooting, You think she's gonna be in all these little white magazines and all that?
No, not as much. Nope. If at all,
man. Hey, listen. Hey, and maybe he might be going for a 2-for-1. You know what I'm saying? And he's like, listen, let's see how this trial play out.
There you go with that Mickey D's talk again.
Right, 2-for-1. I'm about to say the same thing.
But yeah, he gonna go for that 2-for-1. He gonna go get that what's her name? Erica Banks. I don't know who she is, right? That needs to be like, all right, like we gonna pay you off for her and give us Erica Banks. We'll take her and make her meg or whatever.
And Devon again is right. We gotta get Devon on the show. He's right about the Jay Prince. Jay Prince will eat off of you. Pause.
Yeah,
he's gonna eat.
Yeah, man. Well, here's the thing, though. Whoever puts in the capital deserves to eat for a minute. You know what I'm saying? True. You don't think Peter Thiel ain't still eating off of Facebook? You don't think he ain't still getting cash off of Facebook?
Boy.
Yes, he is. So why would Jay Prince be any different? You know what I'm saying? I get it. Zuckerberg's who you know. You know what I'm saying? And yeah, like Meg's who you know. Facebook is what you know. But trust me, Peter Thiel still eating off Facebook. Trust. All the way live.
Speaking of eating, dog, we gotta talk about my man Dame Dash, man, and the classic album from '96. One of my favorite records, man, is that Reasonable Doubt.
Yes,
obviously,
yes,
you know,
absolutely.
Dame still owns his third.
Okay.
This is the only album that Jay-Z does not own. That's his baby. And Dame was talking about making an NTF, and Jay-Z's like, "What the heck? No,
the NFT."
They go to court. Yeah. Then now the court says, "Hey man, y'all can do whatever. Dame can sell his joint. Why not?"
Mm-hmm.
But Dame is like, "Yo, I kind of just really want to sit down and rap." Do you think Jay-Z owes him that? Jay Kim, start with you. Do you think Jay and Kareem Biggs owe him that, man? Just a sit down.
Yeah, I think so. I mean, why not, man? I mean, they built a brand and an empire that's synonymous in hip hop right now. Like, why would you not give that man his respect and just time? I ain't talking about you got to go to lunch with him. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
You just sit
down.
This
would be a Starbucks joint.
This could be a Starbucks, man. You know what I'm saying? Like just a cup of Joe. Just sit down for 20 minutes, man, and just kind of like work this out. Because I mean, if I'm Dame, I'm keeping my share of that. I mean, that's a classic. You know what I'm saying? And again, Dame had a lot of his pause was on that. So I'm sure Dame feels like that's his baby too. You know what I'm saying? Him and Jay birthed that album.
And let's be clear, Dame was on stage with Jay back in the day. Like, go to hip hop VCR
everywhere.
You can see that he was doing. He wasn't just in the paying for money like Biggs. He was on stage with the dude.
Yeah.
Bro.
Oh yeah.
And I feel like they trying to treat Dame like he's irrelevant. Like when Jay did this little speech at the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame joint when he got that award or when he got that achievement award or whatever. Man, give Dame his respect, man, and give him man a sit down.
Respect. Yeah.
I mean, I think it's weak. To me, it's some of the most petty-ish that men do because of ego.
Yeah.
To where they just can't even like you can't even be in the same.
And this is the thing for me, man. Regardless of how I feel about Dame, if I'm Jay, I'm like Kanye. Kanye said he'll never be broke. You know what I'm saying? Dame will never be broke if I got money. I feel the same way. Jason be the one saying that.
Yeah.
Cass is eating off Dame. Off his vision.
And listen, man, hip hop VCR is in the comments, and he's right, man. It is difficult to sit down with Dame. It is. Okay.
Facts.
But just because something is difficult doesn't mean that it shouldn't get done. You know what I'm saying?
It can't be done.
It doesn't mean, just because there's a goalie don't mean you can't score. Okay.
Right.
Like, we get it. It is difficult. I'm not saying that this is an easy man to sit down and have a conversation with. And I'm sure for Jay, nobody's challenging him or doing this or that. You know what I'm saying? And see, even Devon right here, man. Like, did Jay do big? Did Jay do
who you think dropped the dime on Biggs, man? And now he went to jail for a minute. Then it's like, now you got a financial situation. Now you got to give me that percentage back. But I'll make sure you good, though.
There you go, Iceberg.
And here's the thing, man. All three of these guys is good in their own right. You know what I'm saying? So they all good in their own place and position doing their own thing. So there's no good reason not to sit down and have the conversation because this conversation doesn't make or break any one of these guys.
Absolutely.
Not a single one of them. I get it if for some reason you guys are still young and trying to establish yourself and figure things out. That's not the case. You guys is all gray haired in the beard like me. You know what I'm saying? So, so you guys have gotten to the things that you need to get to. So yeah, y'all should sit down and have a conversation. And I think, you know, Dame Dash is even quoted as saying, all I want to do is sell my interest and do what I got to do instead. You know what I'm saying? So all Dame is saying is like, listen, I want you to have it. I just want to be compensated fairly for my little position in this.
And can you be mad? I mean, dude, he pretty much handed you Rockaware, and then you sold it for 200 or some bull.
Yeah. So, and that's the thing is like, and let's be clear, because Dame is not running around here like Puffy, whereas like Puff, he ain't trying to sell nothing to nobody. He's like, nah, it's mine, and that's it. That's the end of the conversation.
I got your publishing under my son's name.
Yeah. I got your stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, man, I got all of it. Whereas Dame Dash is saying, listen, man, I have it, but I'm willing to unload. But let's sit down and talk about what that looks like, and let's sit down, you and me, and talk about what that looks like. Let's not sit down and talk with the lawyers and all of that stuff. And we've all said this on Fresh Out and on multiple occasions, is that sometimes you just got to sit down in the room, because when things get interpreted by managers and lawyers and VPs and directors and executives and all of that stuff, it gets all twisted up. Just sit down as men, like y'all would have done back in the 90s.
Like J. Cam said about Pete Rock and Nas.
Like he said about Pete Rock and Nas. I think we even said that about the Wu-Tang with RZA and stuff. I mean, we've said that across the board, man. Just like sit down in the room and that's it, man.
Hey, man, Devon coming with
Devon's
the bars,
up there going
man.
ham right now.
I'm going to say no. I'm going to say I don't think Jay would.
He probably wouldn't. Probably wouldn't, man. But hey, all I'm saying, a lot of these guys, especially when they get to a certain place and position, I don't know why, because it's the goofiest thing ever. A lot of them take their direction from Puff, and I think that's a bad person to model.
Hey man, but this thing,
how
Puff,
you should be.
Puff learned the game from
Who?
the dude that started Rista.
Oh yeah. I can't think of his name right now, but I feel
Clive Davis.
Yeah, Clive Davis. Yeah,
Clive Davis.
Well, Clive Davis was the biggest finesser. Pause on everybody. I think he had his pause on Luther Vandross too. But anyway,
pause again. Pause again. Wow.
This with my father.
ID got the koofy on.
No, but either or. But he learned the game. He learned the game from the best finessers in the business, man.
Yeah, man.
So
yes. And hit that like button. Man. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, man. Shout out North Carolina, man.
Yeah,
hey, North Carolina's throwing his back out, man. You know, North Carolina, you got to get some workout. I need some workout regimen, man. To do something on your YouTube. I need to watch some videos, man.
In fact.
But yeah, man.
Shout out to North Carolina.
They just need to sit down. You know what I'm saying? Just sit down and get it
J.
done.
Kim, what's the final word on this Dame situation?
Man, you know, like I said, Dame to me deserves to get that sit down. I mean, I just think, you know what I'm saying, to put a bow on this, it's easy for us to say it, I know, because we're not in the situation, you know what I'm saying? But I just feel like as men, like these are opportunities, you know what I'm saying? Especially like all these dudes talk about how much they get back, how much, you know what I'm saying, how much free game that you dropping on these kids. Well, this ain't one of them where you practicing, where you preaching, man. To me, free game is showing how you can move with diplomacy. You don't have to be best friends with this dude. But sometimes you just got to bury the hatchet and just kind of move on, because this is going to be a cloud that's going to hang over all their heads forever. They're going to go to the grave with it if they don't sit down and bury their hatchet.
I agree. Now, I do agree. You know, they do need to come to the table as men, as black men, because the last thing, and even Dame said this is, in so many words, he was like, you know, this is the last thing that the culture needs. And now he's, you know, a part of something like this. So, yeah, they definitely need to come together, or rather it would be nice to see them come together to eventually do what they need to do, or say what they basically settle their differences.
I mean, even Suge and Snoop talked after all them years.
This thing, when there's money involved, there's always we can always sit down and negotiate some bull. Come on, man. Avon Barksdale and Marlo sit down.
They did.
Hey.
They did. Yeah.
Give them game. Give them
game. I do want to be fair to Dame because he said that, basically there was accusations against him in this regard that wasn't true or was lies, I should say. So I do want to give Dame that, since he did communicate such.
Hip hop VCR is dropping jewels, and don't get me wrong. I got a mindset like Dame, so sometimes I think sometimes it might be Dame kind of just because this thing Dame is mad. Dame is mad off the Becky with the good hair. Got him in trouble off of that joint. Then Dame was the one who said he wanted to be an NFL tycoon. Next thing you know, Jay-Z's over here with Roger Goodell. So it's like, and then you took the Rockaware from me. It's like, dude.
It might be Dame, but also, man, hip hop VCR is very pro Jay. He's very pro Jay.
And let's be clear, like North Carolina said, and Suge was trying to kill Snoop. And they still sat down and talked. Come on, North Carolina.
Easy.
He's dropping gems.
Hey, we feeling like this right now, baby.
Yeah,
feeling like this, baby.
North Carolina come in, man. Just get strong on everybody.
Right. Flexington,
man.
So at the end of the day, man, I hope these brothers get together, man.
We do.
As black men, as men of color, man, we gotta learn how to do business and separate the personal situations, man. Because at the end of the day, you're really messing with my grandkids' money. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, for sure.
So it's like, hey, let's sit down at the table, get this money going, and kind of go from there, man. And hopefully we'll see what's going on with this, man. But I would hope with this album being so amazing and so dope, man. Think about all the producers that were on that album, man, and all the features, man. That album needs to basically kind of go out as a classic or continue to be a classic, even when the business back in. You know what I'm saying?
Yes, absolutely, brothers. For sure.
Lastly, man, let me get Dame off here. Hip Hop Flowers real quick. We got about 10 minutes, man. Just 2 minute hip hop flyers real quick. J Camp.
Man, I think we discussed somebody today earlier. Pusha T. Gets my flowers, man.
Yes, deserved. Very well deserved.
He deserves some flowers, man. He hasn't been like the most, I guess, if you want to say, like lauded guys in hip hop, but he's been consistent over the years. He hasn't veered away what he does well, and he doesn't care. You know what I'm saying? He'll take on whoever. Cash Money, you know what I'm saying? Drake, you know what I'm saying? Bring who you want.
Yeah.
If you want this smoke, I got it for you. Yeah. So I've always respected
Pusha T, man. If you were a Game of Thrones cat, Pusha T's like the Hound, man. He's like the last of the dying breed, man. He's the last dude, man. That man, like,
right out of my mouth.
He's the Hound, man.
Hey,
he's
that's
the last of the dying breed.
That's perfect.
Right out of my mouth, bro.
That's perfect.
Like, he really is, and he stays true to it too,
that
man.
Clegane, I think Clegane.
I just look, and I love the fact how he understands, bro, the essence of battle rapping. Like, there is no feelings in this. There's none. Like, I don't have to be safe when I'm we battling, man. It's a sport.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That's like me letting you just, I'm gonna foul you because I know you need another point for you to get a double-double.
Hey, real talk, Devon. He got me. I'm gonna go to Arby's, man. I'm gonna take a picture and I'm going to Arby's. Real talk. And I'm gonna put in my fresh out cup too. You know
I'm definitely going to Arby's, man.
Push going there. Just off the strength of him getting the flowers, man.
Hey,
I wanted to salute him though.
Let's not forget, man. He's the president of Kanye's label too.
Good music.
Good music. You know what I'm saying? And I know they haven't absolutely done the best, but he's definitely been a good steward of good music and a much better steward than Kanye ever would have been.
You know how to pick good features too. A lot of his features have been money on his projects.
Crazy.
He picks great features too.
Yeah, man. Yeah. Love that one. Great pick.
Weezy, who you got?
Hey, man. I'm gonna go back. I'm gonna go back in the crates a little bit.
Hold on, before you do that, man. Shout out to Upscale Vandal. That's Pusha T's guy. That's one of my guys too. Upscale Vandal. Follow him on IG. That's Pusha T's right hand dude, man. He holds it down, man. But go ahead, man. My fault, man.
Yeah. You know who I'm gonna get the flowers to, man? I gotta get the flowers to H-Town, man. The R&B group from back.
Wow.
Hey,
Like
they like it slow.
We know LB gonna be doing
boots. You know what I'm saying?
when this
Hey,
is
man,
over with.
We know L's gonna be doing this over.
Yeah.
Put on the
about to borrow
H-Town,
that red
girl.
light from J Camp.
Yeah, L said it's hump day. He said it's hump day.
Before it was
Day.
Jodeci, it was H-Town, man. Okay, H-Town kind of started that
G.I.
vibe.
Shazam and Gino.
Man,
brother.
That Jodeci did kind of took that torch and kind of carried it on through, man. And a lot of people don't really talk about H-Town and their impact on the game and their music and just kind of how they like they just developed a sound.
Shout out to Luke for finding them too.
Yeah, man. Shout out to Luke.
Shout out to
man.
That Ladies Edition album that I know a whole bunch of little Gen
hey man, a lot of us got our smash on off of that first smash off the H-Town.
Hey,
that's what I'm saying. It's a lot of people born off that.
Yeah, I had to put that one out there, man, because I hear a lot of talk about a lot of different R&B groups here and there and all of that, but I haven't heard a lot of people talk about H-Town.
And R.I.P. to Dino too. Dino passed away in that car crash, man. And he was that dude, man. Real talk, man.
And if you ain't ever heard H-Town, oh man, you in for a rude awakening, bro. It's gonna open your eyes. You're gonna be like, man, where have I been at?
If you were younger, you need to put that in your arsenal. Real talk.
You gotta have it in your arsenal, man. You gotta have it in your arsenal. So that's my flowers, man. H-Town, man.
That's what's up right there.
Yeah.
Debo, go in, man.
Who's your flowers, man?
I'm gonna bring it back to hip hop from the R&B mention.
Oh, you gonna
go ahead?
I'm gonna stay.
Ghetto superstar.
That cat's from Jersey. Thank you very much.
Who? Dylan.
Dylan.
I want to work with White Clef. I want to work with Puff. Hey, North Carolina say he's gonna look up the H-Town group, man.
Hey, look it up, bro.
Look him up,
you all good, man.
Classic. Knock the boots. Yeah, all that. But
knock the boots, all that. That's a t-shirt, Doc. Knock the boots, all that.
All that.
Oh man.
Who's your pick though? Who's your pick?
Oh man, you negroids. Okay, flowers. I'm gonna go to Queens and go with the professional, man, DJ Clue.
Wow.
You know what I'm saying? That cat.
Sure.
Hey man, DJ Clue always had that perfect chin strap.
He did,
man. Did he though? Yay, man.
He did. With the shadow.
Yeah,
right.
Shadow, that
chin strap with the extra
hey, he
shadow.
killed with those. Was it the first, particularly the first and second professionals? Because I know there was 3. Those first 2.
That man. William H. Holler, Doc.
Man,
he had that Hollywood Hogan shadow.
Hey,
one
man.
Hulk Hogan used to rock when he was with NWO. He had that joint.
Listen, at his peak, man, you couldn't do anything.
You couldn't do nothing without Holler.
Really couldn't.
Nah.
I mean, shout out to Desert Storm, and the
mixtape series was crazy too.
Yeah, you talk about a feature king.
Hip Hop VCR. Can we get some DJ Clue on the YouTube
footage,
channel, man?
Especially when he had them cats coming through the studio to freestyle.
Man,
some of them stories where cats like Jada and Styles P,
wow, yes,
DMX. It was cats coming through there to freestyle.
And let's be clear, man. Would be no Fab without
no chance.
It wouldn't. Without
they cousins? Are they cousins?
Fab shots them out too.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Fab, big ups them.
Hey man, see what I told you, man. He already got a commercial, man. You know what I'm saying?
You got it.
He got the commercial, dog. Hey, if you're not following Hip Hop VCR, please do.
You got to.
Man.
The channel's amazing, man. Come on, man. Awesome. All day. You know what I'm saying?
That's what's up.
Yeah.
That's what's up, brother.
I gotta stay in that same vein real quick, man. Okay. And this is the thing, man. You love to hate this dude, man, but he's so classic, man.
Yeah, Ronald McDonald is classic. I know, brother.
Shout out to Ray Craft, though. You know what I'm saying?
Shout out to you, Hip Hop VCR.
Yeah, all day, man.
Go ahead with the hamburger.
That's the 5th member of Fresh Out, if y'all didn't know.
Oh yeah, all day. Go ahead.
I gotta give mine to my man
Grimace.
He's almost like that, but it's Irv Gotti. You know what I'm saying? I gotta give Irv Gotti, man.
Wow.
A lot of people
That's boiling.
don't understand how dope Irv Gotti was in the game. They look at some of the stuff they look at how brash he is. He's almost like a Dame Dash figure too, but you wouldn't have had a lot of records on Reasonable Doubt. The Can I Live was one of my favorite records. Actually, my next vehicle that I get or my next license plate is gonna say Can I Live on it.
Okay.
That's my motto.
He was trying to
long.
fleece
He made
Ashanti,
that for that. He did Can I Get a with Jigga in Ja Rule.
That album.
Yeah, and then like I said, come on, man, he smashed young Ashanti, man. You gotta give him love on that too.
Man.
But it's murder.
I mean, he
then
was
try to
instrumental
fleece
for
her.
like
Fleecer,
like
too,
DMX. I want to say Jay too. You know what I'm saying? So
he did the What's My Name for DMX and all that, man. Yeah, man. Irv, man,
Irv,
man, this thing, Irv is on certain things, Irv's a clown, but to me, he's a genius when it comes to music and when it comes to basically understanding the game. And shout out to him even doing the that little TV show that he did on BT.
Tales.
I mean, that was a dope concept, and then he got mad 50 Cent, did his, fit it, whatever. But to me, Irv is that dude, man, and you gotta give him props while he's still living, and that's the whole point of the hip hop flyers of the week. Is I salute Irv, man. Like to me, Ja Rule was like Freddie P. Let's be 100, and he made him a superstar. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So to make Ja, that sounds like Cookie Monster, baby, and you make him like a number one rapper, like he took over the game. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And that was Irv architecting his career, man. You got to respect it, man. And he almost signed Bobby Brown and Nas to Murder Inc. Come on, man.
Man, Ja just had one too many R&B cuts, man.
I mean, like at the end of the day, but like I said, man, if they would have went down and did the actual group, it would have been him, DMX, and Ja Rule. Crazy.
Which would have been crazy.
Would have been crazy, man.
Which it was already on the way. They was on the Source, wasn't it? The cover of the Source or something like that?
Yeah, with the baseball basketball. Hey, I'm sure Hip Hop VCR has that magazine too.
But it's crazy that people try to say, "Oh, Ja did too many R&B joints," when a lot of people was doing R&B type joints.
50 Cent even did the amusement park and candy shop. Come on, man.
Yeah, those was
you was hating on Ja Rule because he was getting it, and then he ended up starting doing it.
Took his style, took elements of his style, and ran with it after the fact that he demolished his career.
Absolutely,
and that's what bodied 52 there for a minute.
Yeah.
100%.
Facts. That is what bodied him for sure. So,
but hey, man, we got to get out of here, man. It's been a crazy night, man. Like
funny,
exactly, man. We gotta get Devon on
the to Devon right there.
We gotta get Devon.
Devon's a 6th member of Fresh Out. But it did cause problems, man. And honestly, that's when he was a free agent too.
Right.
Yeah.
So. And I'm like I said, I'm sure Hip Hop VCR got some on there too, man. So, but again, man, shout out to Hip Hop VCR, Devon, North Carolina, 100% facts, man. All the OMG Network crew, you know how we do. It's been a crazy show. Any shout outs before we get out of here?
Nah, man, just to the viewers, you know how it is, man. We appreciate y'all.
Absolutely.
Hey, man, we do it for y'all, man. We love y'all again, man. What can I say, man? We'll be here again next Wednesday, 9:30, man, 9:40-ish, if we on Negro time, man. But again, stay safe, man. We love y'all. You know how we do, man.
Yeah, man. Hit that like button, hit that subscribe button if you haven't done it already. You know what I'm saying? Love and peace, and because it helps out the channel, and we kind of just trying to keep making this content for you guys. You know what I'm saying?
Keeping it moving, man. Like I said, man. Again,
sir.
Another great show, gentlemen. Again, J Camp, Bebo P, man. You know how we get down. LB the Podfather every Wednesday, man. We here, man. We love you guys, man.
Yes.
Love y'all.
Much love.
Peace.
Hold up. You're now listening to Fresh Out, the world's most dangerous music podcast on the OMG Network and rawcynic.com.